The Saints' 2022 schedule appears to have been leaked a little bit earlier than the NFL had planned. We're about to break it down. Before we do, I want you guys to predict the Saints record for me in the comment section. It will be the pinned comment on today's video, so head down there and make your early record predictions. Tom Downey here for New Orleans Saints Now by Chat Sports, and we have the leaked Saints schedule out there on social media. Let's break it down. We'll go a quick overview, then spend a little bit more time on each of the games this year per this leak. All right, let's operate like it's all accurate, right? Week 1 at the Atlanta Falcons, then home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at Carolina in Week 3. So a run there early on the division games. Falcons, Bucs, Panthers in those first 3 weeks. Then over to London in Week 4, by the way. There will not be the bye for the Saints in Week 5 here. It is a game at home against the Seahawks. So that is going to be a tricky turnaround for New Orleans. Week 6 against the Bengals. We'll spend some more time on that game in particular. Week 7 at the Cardinals on Thursday Night Football, so home game. Quick turnaround on the road against Arizona. Week 8, the Las Vegas Raiders. Week 9, another primetime game, Monday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens. Remember, it is the AFC North crossover this year. The Saints on the road in Week 10, so a pretty steady flow for the most part of home road. Rams in Week 11, then at the Niners in Week 12. A mostly steady stream of 1 p.m. Eastern games this year for the Saints. Not a huge surprise from that standpoint. Then we get back on the NFC South stretch at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Monday Night Football. A team, by the way, which the Saints have owned since Tom Brady took over at quarterback there. Then a very late season bye, Week 14, which could be very helpful for the Saints in terms of getting rested for a potential playoff push. Week 15, the time on that one is not known. That is still up in the air, so it could be a subject to change one. Week 16, Christmas Eve at the Cleveland Browns, 1 p.m. Eastern. Week 17 at the Philadelphia Eagles. And then Week 18, all these times are pretty much going to be TBD because the NFL wants drama. The Saints host the Carolina Panthers to wrap up the 2022 season. We are trying to get to 7,000 subscribers here on our Saints channel. We are 798 away. So if you want free Saints videos, it's pretty straightforward. Hit that big red button and subscribe. We got daily Saints coverage for you guys here. 100% free content. You don't have to pay for it like maybe you do other subscription services out there. We do news, rumors, breaking news, draft, free agency coverage, in-game coverage, all kinds of great stuff for you guys here at New Orleans Saints Now. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe. It's youtube.com/Saints today. While the ad plays here on YouTube, head down there and make sure you are subscribed. Let's go more in depth game by game, and I'll make a quick note. And I meant to say earlier, if the leak is fake, we will do the video of the actual schedule here in a little bit. Let's focus in on the Week 1 matchup, the season opener at the Atlanta Falcons. To be honest, this should be a W for the Saints. The Falcons are rebuilding. Matt Ryan is gone. Even though it's on the road, this should be a game the Saints pick up a win in. The Falcons, I do not believe, are very good. Who agrees with me? Type S for the Saints if you've got them winning their Week 1 matchup, or type in F for the Atlanta Falcons if you're not feeling quite so good on that one there. S for the Saints, F for the Falcons. Go back to the Week 2 now here. We didn't really mention those games at all. The Week 2 matchup for the Saints is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That one, they own that team with Tom Brady, but it will be a trickier matchup. Carolina Panthers on the road in Week 3. I am unconvinced that team is done adding quarterback talent. I don't think it matters. The Vikings game in London is going to have major, I believe, playoff implications. If we're being honest here, the Bucs are the favorites in the NFC South, Packers in the NFC North. Saints-Vikings could have massive wild card either seeding or just who gets in implications. If the Saints win that game, Week 5 against the Seahawks, also a rebuilding team, there is a very real chance this Saints team, folks, can begin the year 4-1. Now, after that, the schedule gets a little bit tougher, especially with this matchup against the AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, etc. They get to come back to New Orleans for this matchup. It is a home game for the Saints. I suspect, and the first time I think this has ever been said about a Bengals game on the road, ticket prices might actually be a little bit expensive for that one because of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. That is going to be a very difficult game for New Orleans. But we also know this. The curse of regression in the for the Super Bowl loser is very, very real. All right, Week 7, Thursday Night Football on the road against the Cardinals. Road Thursday night games are always very challenting. Then going back home against the Raiders actually benefits the Saints from having to play a tricky game in Week 7. Week 8's no cakewalk either, but the extra time, I think, does benefit them. Now, if you want to bet on any game this year for the New Orleans Saints, do it with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code CHAT125. When you put down at least $100, they're going to give you an extra 125% deposit bonus. So you put down 100, boom, extra 125 to bet with, just in case you end up getting some of your games wrong. You can bet on individual games and the NFC South odds. Who's going to win it all? The Saints are plus 350. That's a big gap between the Panthers and Falcons. They're bad. The Bucs are the favorites. That's understandable there. Plus 350 is not that bad of an investment. One injury for Tampa, and it's all of a sudden the Saints are the heavy favorites there. So those are the NFC South odds. Go bet on the Saints. Go bet on their games all season long at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. Another primetime game here, this one against the Baltimore Ravens in Week 9, followed up by the AFC North matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers at 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, the opening of the schedule is very favorable to New Orleans. Then you go on this run of playoff teams, right, in the Bengals, Cardinals, Raiders. Ravens didn't make it, but they were close last year. Steelers, Rams in Week 11, Niners on the road in Week 12, and the Bucs in Week 13. To be blunt, that is a gauntlet of games. That is some of the tougher stretches you will find across the NFL this year. The nice side is the bye comes in Week 14, and then the schedule does get easier down the stretch with the Falcons. Again, that date to be determined in Week 15, but that middle part of the schedule, man, that is not easy for New Orleans. If you can go around 500, there will be a very clear, at least for me, I would expect, playoff team with the way the opening and the ending of the schedule is. So who do you guys hate the most as it relates to the NFC South? Which team do you just despise? Is it the Falcons? ATL. Panthers? CAR. Bucks? TB. Producer Trace, you're the big-time Saints fan here. You going Falcons? He's going Falcons. I feel like maybe the vote, if you asked it 4 years ago, would have been all Falcons. Now, with the Falcons being bad and the Bucs being good, I wonder if TB is going to win. So I'm very curious how you guys vote in this one. Sound off for me in the comments section. ATL for the Falcons, CAR for the Panthers, TB for the Bucs. Week 16, the Deshaun Watson potential game here. Remember, this is a Saturday game, Christmas Eve for the Browns and the Saints, which Christmas Eve day, I guess we could say on that front there. Week 17, they are at the Philadelphia Eagles. That one also could have some major wild card implications depending on how the NFC East ends up playing out. No time yet for, at least on this leak, I should say, in the Week 18 matchup, but that's not to be unexpected given the fact that the NFL likes to have no times for Week 18 because they will put the games that matter the most in prime time. My suspicion is this game is going to end up being a 1 p.m. game because I think the Panthers are bad. And frankly, I would not be surprised if the Panthers have a new head coach as an interim in Week 18. I would not be shocked if Matt Rule ends up getting fired given their massive uncertainties at the quarterback position. So easy opening, brutal middle stretch from Week 6 to Week 13, and the ending's not that bad. But this is a Saints team that absolutely should be, even without Sean Payton, at minimum a playoff contender this year. In the down NFC, they should probably make it too. Our question of the day, which is the pinned comment, if you guys haven't already done so, take advantage of it right now before this video ends. I want you guys to predict the Saints record in that pinned comment. Head it down there and let me know what you think the Saints will do this season.